I turn off my telephone.
Good morning.
Good morning. Last moments. Good morning. Nice cold weather.
It's nice outside.
It is sunny and cold, and we are happy to be with you guys. Thank you so much for being with us, and Happy New Year. Tomorrow is last day. I can't believe it. Time is flying so fast.
Well, you know what that means.
We are older 1 year. A calendar.
Age doesn't make any difference.
No.
It means that if things keep on going fast, it means that Trump on his way out will go faster. Then we can start becoming normal in some fashion.
I love you that you are such a dreamer. Good positive thinker.
He's struggling, because this is the year of endings, numerically.
Okay.
2025.
Hello, Heidi Lamberg. Hello, Kali
Mathanji.
So it's Masanji?
No, there's a Mathanji in here.
Tina Lenore.
BJ Gier.
BJ and
VJ.
VJ.
Gier.
Yeah. Sylvia Strong.
Karina.
Kalima.
Pop star.
Lily.
Mama Pajamas.
Lily
Stitches.
Yeah.
The RBP. Our BP is here.
BP. Oh, thank you, BP.
Sylvia Strong.
RK is still Harrington. What?
Tina Lanu. Thank you very much for supporting this channel and subscribing and hitting the bell and commenting and everything. Something to raise the algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's important because Violetta is good. Very, very good.
Thank
and she should be increasing by greater amounts. But we also know there's some stalls in the algorithm where they don't show it.
They don't like me because we are touching maybe
Other people are too, so I don't know.
Elon.
You're being picked on.
Ask.
Anyways, thank you very, very much for joining us. And we were surprised, but it wasn't unexpected. Jimmy Carter's passing.
That was, and I said for the last year that he would die the last year, and it is still this year. But I wish him all the best. But
he's on the other side now, so he has all the best. He's whole again.
And he's holding her hand. And they were so wonderful couple. Oh my gosh, how! Thank you, Heidi Landberg. Thank you so much. And it's unbelievable how some people are so lucky to be in that stage of mind all the time, loving each other. At the end, she was losing her memory. She had Alzheimer's, which was hard on him.
But the soul knows.
But they were still probably the best couple in the White House.
Very giving. That Habitat for Humanity, really supportive that way.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is I really admired him. And I thought it was interesting, Trump's comments. He had come out with a crazy, crazy statement.
What did he say? I didn't have that one.
I'll see if I can find it. But he came out with a statement about not so much about Jimmy Carter, but how a group of them belonged to this elite group.
Mm-hmm.
And he really signaled himself out.
Yeah.
As, they just that certain amount. So it all came back to him. It's not about anybody else. It's about him.
It's all about him. Never.
I just thought it was an interesting statement. And Jimmy Carter, he let it slip last year that he was going to give the eulogy. He was asked to give the eulogy. So we'll see whether that happens.
Who is do the eulogy?
Biden is going to give the eulogy for Carter.
Yeah.
We talked about
Ask me questions.
Trump's funeral one time.
Yeah, there will be no one visiting.
There will be many visiting there.
Well, maybe from his group, but not from no other presidents will show up even.
Yeah. So Karina is asking, can you tell us about the tsunami in Peru?
Oh boy. I said that there will be a lot of volcanic earthquakes all over the world. So I have the feeling it's not only one place that they will have it. There will be more because this winter, I think it's related to the planet movements.
Mm-hmm.
And it's somehow that this will be a lot of those tsunamis. This one was, I think it's done and over, but there will be more. And there was some spill of oil.
Mm-hmm.
So I will pull 3 cards more. You're going to remind me about water. Ha ha ha.
I had to remind her about getting her card sold.
Oh, yeah. Not about phone.
It's Monday.
And between Christmas, too much sweets. Thank you so much for your cakes.
You're giving me back an empty box. What'd you do with them?
They are frozen. I don't think that they can.
One.
You can. Yeah.
2, 3. So this is about the tsunami.
Well, I'm worried that we might have it even in Northern Europe, Switzerland or Finland somewhere. I don't know when, but we have to be prepared. That most of the families are safe, so there was, they will have to make decisions to protect themselves for the future, and yeah, somehow they was lucky that there wasn't like as bad as in Japan.
Linda Simmons is asking, Violetta, do you think NATO will reveal voting interference by Russia, China, Saudi Arabia, etc. in the U.S. presidential elections this past November?
Can you go?
1, 2, 3.
They are just feeling like they want more of growing. They don't think that anything will be really hopeful right now.
Who are you talking about? NATO?
NATO. They are collecting. It's like growing horns. The older the deer is, that the longer,
Mm-hmm. And they shed
and
them?
they shed them. So I don't know if they will be able to do anything right now. Biden is not going to do anything. I wish, and I know you are dreaming that the last moment there will be some changes and they will be not.
I think the universe is going to step in.
But I wish to be that optimistic. And King on Throne, the legal things will be coming eventually, and big change. Closing one paragraph and starting a new one. So there is some hope. I'm not saying that there isn't, but there is still legal things, symbol of lawyer. But it's lady lawyer. Usually they are more related to, not to the fights, just the legal things.
Now, Biden and his family are in St. Croix for their annual tradition of being there during the New Year's holiday. But Biden is still having meetings with Mark Rutte, Rutte of NATO.
Mm-hmm.
So what did they talk about? He seems to be gaining a little bit of prominence. 1, 2, 3.
Give him a itch on his head. It's like
Mark is itching his head, or is Biden?
No, the Mark. And he is putting a little bag, and Biden has to scratch his head. How to understand that? That will be
interesting.
It's interesting, yes, and it's working here, and it's like giving him some nuisance. Well, not nuisance, but some bag to think about. Would Biden be strong enough to do it. He should give Kamala the power, and she might do it. As a Queen of Swords, but he is not in the mood to do it. He wants to go to Pope first, and
He visits the Pope in January.
yeah, so it's a few days before election of Trump. He wants to feel secure. She will be much better on that position to deal with Trump and crying over broken relationships. He should do something to. He has so much ammunition. He should use that ammunition. He has the power like no one else. He can use that power. He knows that Trump shouldn't be allowed to be in a office because the Constitution is stopping him from that. He is not using that. Am I angry? Yes. Do I feel that something will be done? Well, this guy from NATO is walking and seeing him in the Christmas time. So there is some reason. Hopefully he will give him the bug that he will have to scratch his forehead and think, and head, not forehead, and start thinking how he can do something to protect the world, not only USA, the world. But I was so disappointed for so long that Biden didn't get that.
He likes to compromise as much as possible, but now he's been given. It was interesting because the SCOTUS gave him power instead of waiting for Trump to come in.
Yeah,
they gave it early, which means that he can use that.
Yeah, and he is not using. Like that's. You are warming a cars.
What? Yeah, I know.
Are you taking my car?
Cool.
Okay, thanks.
See you soon.
No, he came back.
I'm just warming.
Okay, just picked it up.
I'm sorry, my husband is going to buy me a gas. They don't like to do it. Okay.
Is NATO becoming stronger under Mark Rutte, or Rutte, however you pronounce it? 1, 2. Now you're scratching your head. You must have that bag there from Biden. 3.
He will be making everyone to think, to connect, to be. And maybe absolutely you are right that I scratch at myself. He will be planting some bugs on them to be reunited, to know that we are the same group, to think about some decisions, make decisions. He will be a nice, honest guy. And he would like to have security for the world and especially for Europe.
So will more countries be joining NATO? 1, 2, 3.
Not yet. I see the laptop being closed, so maybe not.
Not yet.
Not
Because
yet.
Ukraine still wants to come in.
Yeah, but it will have to be reopened to do something on the laptop. When you are closing laptop, I'm done with work for today. And yes, not seriously taking them. He will be very strong. Mark will be very influential, strong, and there will be a lot of negotiations. So they will be negotiating with new countries when they will open the laptop, but not right now.
Are they waiting for Biden or Putin to pass?
They want him to pass. They want to see him in the bag and zip up the bag. So that's what they would love to see.
1,
That's
2,
That's what I'm saying,
Gee.
And usually that's what they do with those zipper bags for dead people.
Mhm.
He might have a heart attack. Look at that. Three of Swords. And that will be a great harvest for everyone and reunited the Europe. That will reunite the Europe. And maybe that even will be reuniting with Russia. New Russia.
I think there's hope for Russia.
After
for families.
Gorbachev, Russia was completely different country, and people were so happy.
I thought it was sad that the reports, alleged reports, that the North Korean soldiers would rather be killed even by their fellow or commit suicide
I thought,
than punish their
why?
families.
Yeah, they were afraid that the punishment for the family would be so bad
If they were captured.
if they would be captured. So they love the family. They have only that on the earth,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't want them to suffer. They didn't thought about themselves. And on the other hand, they must be so paranoid, scared of Ukraine and other countries. But they are taking the taste of the normal world because they are on computers.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently they are all stuck with watching the porns.
Yeah, you said that before.
Yeah. So that's what it is, that
So their eyes are being opened a little bit.
a little bit. And, if people are allowed to experience something different, then they eventually want that. They are not allowed to even have jeans.
Because it's American.
It's American thing.
Levi's are American.
Yeah, so it is something that it was in the 60s when I first time saw a jeans.
Mm-hmm.
Our instructor on vacation came in and she had jeans, and I thought, how come I feel that I saw this fabric? Like it wasn't foreigner for me, like from the different lifetime. I was so shocked that I kind of recognized that fabric, and she was so happy. She bought those jeans in Pewex. We had special stores in Poland that you can buy for the American dollars items. My grandfather got from his mother a house in Connecticut, and so he was getting money from USA.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave me once money to buy jeans, and I went to the lineup. It was all boys around the block, and I'm the only girl who is buying jeans, not for myself, for my brother. For my brother Janusz, I got him a jeans, and I was the only one in the fitting room, and the boys were trying. I had to smash them sometimes because they were trying to pick. And they were, what are you doing in the jeans? It's for guys, it's for guys. And then eventually it was for girls too. And it cost about 700 zlotys, which was a wage of average woman making. Well, there was no woman man. There was average person making that time money. And Grandpa gave me the money to buy something. And we knew what day there would be delivery, so that's the reason the lineup was so huge. Oh, you didn't grow up in the country like, well, even North Korea. That was like in North Korea. We were very much, some people were sitting and some people were hanging. That was the joke, Polish joke, how is under Gomulka. It's like in a city train. Some people are sitting, another are hanging from the. That was, hanging, holding to the. But it was just the saying. Some people will be hanging for being too rebellion, or some will be sitting in the prisons. That was normal.
Heidi's asking the question, Putin has threatened us again here in Denmark. He now wants to invade us. Can you see anything?
Oh my.
One, two, three.
It is like no matter what, you are not prepared for thief. Thieves can steal something from you, and it's really hard to be prepared for that. Yeah, he will try to do something. And now they are trying to destroy the connection in
The undersea cables. of the
undersea
Russian
cable
ship.
because they are 1,000 times faster than regular Wi-Fi.
And that affects Estonia and Germany and
Germany, Finland, and so on. So, and then upside down. So they will be going from under the sea probably. That's what I will read this card this time. It's from under. You will be protected because you know about this for quite a while. So you will be protecting yourself.
And Mark Rutte has come out and said that NATO's behind them, and
You
NATO
will protect
will
them.
support them as well.
Yeah.
Now it's interesting as well with Putin invading Ukraine, which was sovereign, and then now that gives permission to Trump to try to do
Invade,
invade everybody
Canada,
else.
Greenland, and Panama. He thinks, oh, why not? They can't stop me.
Yeah, they can. 45 is so he's putting out smoke screens and distractions, like taking over the Canada agreement and the Panama. What does 45 not want us to see and talk about? He's always into this distraction, delay, everything. When?
They don't want him to us to talk about Melania and his marriage. They don't want to talk about his marriage to Melania, and because that's another marriage in his. Well, I pulled 2 cards already. Can you put the third one?
Third one, yeah.
And they don't want you to follow his footsteps. So he has so many prints on the beach. He don't want you to see it. So where he was, what he is doing, his connections, so much you can tell from the footsteps on the snow, on the icy on the sand. So he don't want you to follow those footsteps.
So it's always a distraction.
Yeah, he wants to distract because we don't trust him. And he wants to be the empire, that symbol of empire. And he wants to have good time.
And a good time was had by all.
No, we want to have a good time too.
Now Georgia has their new leader. And
who is really pro-Putin.
And the people are rebelling, saying that he's an illegitimate president because of Elon Musk's influence.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that, how does Trump feel, knowing that he also is illegitimate, supported by Musk? What are his thoughts going forward on this? Because there's something else coming up here. 1, 2, 3.
He is too egocentric that he doesn't even think about others, what they think.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever they think, I'm the empire and you'll have to listen to me. But no, he has really very big brain, but there is little there. Yeah, wow. Well, he might have some sleepless nights after that. So he might worry that what will happen if Melania will leave him and the money will run away. He knows that that's the most important thing for him.
Well, it is on everything.
He wants the money. He's like in cabaret, money. You remember that scene when they were... He will let everything,
Everything's for sale. It's negotiable.
especially, even a tiny pickle.
Jessica, let's move on. Jessica Denson.
It's for entertainment only. We have to have some laugh.
On the Lights On channel has announced that a major historic peaceful protest by the number 14 Now movement is scheduled for January 3rd to the 5th in Washington, D.C. An op-ed in The Hill reports that it has struck a mega nerve. And they talk about we the people are bravely stepping forward, refusing to capitulate to blusterous intimidation and demand.
The 14 paragraph in
That Congress do the same. If we don't take a stand now, we are complicit in the downfall of our republic. But doing what's right gives us the incomparable power of truth as our shield and defense. Will this movement influence the vote for Speaker of the House so that Congress cannot move forward to certify the Electoral College votes? Is that going to bear into part of the thing where there's conscience among some Republicans to stop the vote?
not Mike Johnson.
No.
Today, Trump said, he's a good guy. I want him.
For now.
So, because he doesn't want any problems
With
for
the certification.
For the certification. So now he's needed, so he's a good guy.
So,
2 days ago, he was not good because he wanted to kick him out.
so will Republicans on the vote support democracy? 1, 2, 3.
They are like abuse wives. They rather work with the black eye than stand up. They rather be beaten up and be obedient than stand up for themselves. I see a black eye. And that's to me a symbol of abused wife by her husband or boyfriend. And they are not leaving them. They will still stand up for them. Oh, no, it was my fault that he beat me up. They will still be playing friends, boyfriend, girlfriends, very cautious because they don't want to step. And Musk said, if someone is not listening to him, he will take care of that person during the next election in 2 years.
Election, yeah.
Now they will be feeling we can follow the leader and let him to go.
Now, is this movement?
How big will that?
Well, I'm hoping that it gains momentum. Will it have any influence on the Electoral College votes? Will all the Electoral College voters, which I don't agree with, that a few make the decisions, will they all vote and go by their state's choice? Like if it's Republican and they don't really think it's Republican, will they all bow by that? 1, 2, 3.
The old Republicans are counting for the money. It's this itchy hand. So they will put everything under the armpit, hiding kind of. Now they will be doing part-time job, not a good job, not honest job that they have to. They will be worried about that. And the judgment, there is maybe some hope that some of them might be honest and they might do some good judgment. Look at that, the judgment card. But I see them putting maybe that's putting thermometer under the arm and seeing how hot it is, temperature.
If they start getting pressure from
the people,
that number
from the
number 14 movement.
Yeah. How much pressure, the temperature will rise because of that. And maybe even Biden will wake up and do something.
If they get this going. So is this movement, number 14 movement, going to gain a lot of momentum?
You can explain what the 14th movement
The 14th Amendment is taking Trump out with 2/3 of the vote.
It means that he is not legitimate.
Yeah, he's not a legitimate president.
Because he was taking part of rebellion movement.
So is this movement going to gain a lot of momentum?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
How long you can walk on the monkey bars? It's heavy. We are heavy. We wouldn't walk too far. So I'm not saying that it will be really big movements. Visible, scary, but how safe, not safe for people. They will be afraid for their own security in the future. Because the cheating is obvious. A lot of dreams and goals. Someone will fulfill the dreams. It's the Democrats or Republicans. 1 second.
1,
For Democrats, okay? 3.
1, 2, 3.
Some will leave will let the playing the dirty games and beginning of new adventure. So there will be something good coming. The 4 is very strong card, first card. And for Republicans, how they will.
1, 2, 3.
They just want to get to the station that they can get out from the station. They will sleep on it. In their own states, there will be a big problem for them. And some of them will take chances. So there is a hope. I don't know how big, but there is hope.
So MSNBC had said that with nearly every state counted, 45 captured 49.81% of the vote, and Kamala Harris 48.33, a 1.48 point margin, even with Republicans gerrymandering and taking voters off the list. In the end, the 2024 election was decided by 229,766 votes across Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. So, with that information, are people starting to wake up now? Are they so behind Trump and that authoritarian power and everything that he's doing behind the scenes of all these things where he's deporting people and he's wrecking lives and everything? Are they starting to change their minds?
A lot of Republicans have started thinking now, well, I was stupid voting for him because I'm not giving better future for my kids and for myself. So they are getting...
Are they getting pressure from their constituents not to stand behind Trump? 1, 2, 3.
Like when you do this, your hands are clean and you can do it. But when they are muddy, you can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So there will be some problems with do it. Oops, no. So there will be some problems with people that will eventually rebel. They might be for Kamala and Biden, and they will be sleeping on it.
So they're sleeping on it. Will they wake up?
Eventually, but it will be
1, 2, 3. I live in hope.
I know, you are the most money. It's all about money. Kamala, part-time. I'm not seeing the full wake up.
Well, as long as a good number of them wake up that they don't vote for Johnson to remain as Speaker of the House, and they have problems with that, so the certification has problems.
Today they don't have any problem because Big Don told them.
Yeah, but he told them that too on the stopgap bill for funding. Yeah. And they came out against it.
I should send you over there and let you to convince
I think
them.
Everything's changing because 2025 is a year of endings. It adds up to 9, and that's a year of endings, so that's good.
I hope it's not ending the freedom for
No,
most.
I think it's all going to start up good with Pluto and
Mhm.
Aquarius. I think it's all good. We just have to get through it.
Mhm.
My thoughts, do you believe we will see our deceased pets in the afterlife?
Oh yes,
They
absolutely.
greet us.
They are waiting for you, like Carter's wife is waiting for you, and our deepest condolences to the Carters and family and everyone who knew him.
I've already seen my 2 cats live on my bed and pet one, even though they've passed many, many years ago.
Well, I was dreaming about my first dog. She was taken away from me. No, and I never have seen her. I know that I will see her. She was, when you are a little kid and you have only the love for your dog, that was so
It's hard losing anybody that you love. Bella, 1970. Can you look into the past lives of Jesus?
He came from different planet from the sky. I don't see different past lives for him. Just it's like a string of light. He came to this planet, and that was meant to be. I don't see any past lives from him. Can you count to 3?
1, 2.
And it was like from
3.
dark skies he came in. String of light. Yeah, everyone was waiting for him. He knew that he will have a battle. It will be a battle that he has to face, and that his heart will be not always bleeding. And I remember in the church we have always the symbol of bleeding heart, and there was fabric, velvet fabric, and people were donating jewelry there. I don't know if you had that in your churches. When I was a kid, I remember that was so. In every church, someone who has necklaces, brooch, valuable things, they were donated, and they were pinned, and the nun was standing next to it and helped people to pin it. But it stopped when they were robbed quite often.
Friend,
But, it was even for coins, see-through fabric that you can drop a coin or whatever. But it has to be better content than the dollar. For the money, it was underneath the place you can drop the money.
Fran 1066 is asking, what changes do you see for the Catholic Church?
There is a new movie coming. I have to see it. We have to see it.
When?
Conclava. Did you heard about that? Apparently, it will be very good for Oscars.
2, 1.
Yeah, I
2.
have to.
2.
I have to.
Okay, 3.
Oh, there will be split.
Mm-hmm.
Old and new, yeah.
That was forecast a long time ago in the 1990s. I
Yeah,
learned
it's
about that at
like,
university.
Oh, you did.
Mm-hmm.
There will be some new laws will happen. A lot of work will be done. Angel of work and excitement will keep, and they will be rewriting so many things and keeping them in order, feeling like they have to obey some rules that will grant them, keeping grounded and secure financially. But these 2 chains will keep them in order.
Because the Pope has already been working on his successor, and he's already said before that he can step down, like the precedent has been set. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have to wait until he dies for somebody else to come in. And you saw a black Pope coming in didn't you?
long time ago.
Yeah.
And, but I don't know if that's this time, but I see a black pope, and that was never happened. Polish pope was the first one in hundreds of years that was from Poland and from country that it was socialist, from socialistic country. I remember when he was chosen, I was in England. We were sitting on our
Because the Polish
edge
Pope was
of
chosen.
yeah. I was in England, so I was not paying too much attention, but the speedway rider was living with us, Andrew Koch,
Mhm.
and he was very religious, from Silesia, not High Silesia, and he gave us the fever, and we were all sitting and waiting, and he said, Polish Pope has we might have a Polish Pope. I said, yeah, we have. We never was even considered because it was always Italian. And he said, we have one that it can be. So we were watching, and I was not going to the churches because they were not Catholic churches in England for 4 years, so I was kind of disconnected. And he was right. And in the newspapers, there was not too much talk about him. But Andrew said, no, we might have a Polish Pope. So we were watching.
Well, we have to remember that the past order is ending, and the new order is coming in, which means spirituality is coming in more, where people realize that they have the power. They don't need a middleman.
And even death of Carter. Jimmy Carter was such a noble person. And that will make people hungry for someone like that. Someone who has values, who is good husband, good Catholic, Christian, who is so reliable, so much not about money, about himself, the love for others. And maybe that will start
Now, carrying on with that thought, will Biden's eulogy about Carter spark that look at Carter in a different way in about his values and Biden's values, etc., versus what 45's values are? Will that be part of the change? Like, his timing is so interesting, and they have to have the flag at half mast for 30 days, which means it would be during Trump's inauguration if he was inaugurated on the 20th. A flag at half mast, he wouldn't like that. But will that change people's minds on how they think if they watch Carter's funeral about the values of a president, of a good person, of a moral person, well, particularly a really moral person, rather than 45?
Immoral.
Yeah, will that help change how things are going to progress forward and start this movement? More. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, and it will start with every family, because how hard is for the mother to tell the kids, oh, we love Don, and he has no values. And then there is a president who got Nobel Prize for in 2002 for being a good human being. So
45 doesn't know what that means.
no, and he wanted that Nobel Prize. He thought that he should deserve it. He will be fighting for Nobel Prize, believe me. Yeah, he was a healer. He was loved by everyone, even more after he was a president. And the value will be started growing, planted new values that were popular under Carter. And that's so easy to, people are going every week to the church. They are telling them about good values, and then they are going for the fake guy who is pretending to be Catholic, and he has a Bible upside down, and he printed his Bible.
I can just see him having that U.S. Bible that's his, the one that he gets royalties from.
Yeah.
if he would like to hold that Bible and swear on
He
it.
will. He will.
Because it's only for him.
It's just because it's his.
Yeah.
And that would bring the value more of his Bible. No, he is so etchy-petchy. That's what we are calling etchy-petchy money in the kids' slang. Mommy, can you give me etchy-petchy? Money for spending, for candies or whatever. Etchy-petchy. And he is all about that.
And going back to the Catholic Church, again in the 90s, I've told you that before, it saw that the church was going to divide into the old, where they want to hold on to the old, which is the old way of doing things, and the new way, and the church divides into the two. So the
See them like
Catholic
being
Church is
spread.
the Catholic Church is no longer going to be the way that it is now, that was interesting learning that back in the late 1990s.
Okay, and I think this one was
The one that you never covered the last time.
last video I didn't cover. Judiciary Committee gave 93 pages report on judges Clarence Thomas and San Alito about gifts accepted by both Supreme judges. Will they be punished for those crimes? There is about 800 pages of supporting information given to the Congress. Would they be punished by those crimes? And I see them running with the suitcases full of money like thieves and not being punished. So they will run away from the law.
Now, Ocasio-Cortez has requested or put in something about getting the two, Clarence Thomas and Alito, removed for impeachment.
Mm-hmm.
Will this start the conversation about impeaching justices, which doesn't seem to really happen? But will that start the conversation, and will the two justices leave at some point because they would rather not be impeached and everything disclosed? 1, 2, 3.
I think they will go their own way so Trump can choose 2 more to replace them. I don't see.
So they're really counting on Trump being in.
Yeah, the legal things, they will be married to a new types of Alito and Clarence Thomas to do the same kind of job for them.
Now, Jack Smith's report is coming out, and it would have in that report, hopefully, something about Ginny Thomas and her influence on the January 6th insurrection. Will this help Thomas leave? 1, 2, 3.
He don't want to be there anymore, but he's waiting for Don to come in. So he will be keeping the door closed until Don is at the office, and so he can go enjoy himself, relax, symbol of relaxation and having a good time.
Well,
And
I can't believe how
she will get pardon from Trump and everything will be great.
isn't that nice?
Of course.
Well,
Because-
and she will join the likes of, but you see, when she takes a pardon, it's her admission that she was a criminal.
Thank you, Spiritual Sean. Please hit
The like.
like to help Violetta.
And thanks
channel.
for
Thank you.
donations to Violetta's channel. It helps keep the channel going because, I mean, this does take time. And the last question for today, Dara Kinsey, and I do take screenshots of the rest of the questions as well. Will Dumpy go to Carter's funeral?
Oh, ho, ho.
1, 2.
Dumpy.
That's what it says. 3.
Yeah, Dumpy and Dumpiness will go.
Both of them. Who? Melania or Muskie?
Musk.
Melanon. Yeah.
Melania.
Which one will go? Which one will go with Trump?
I see Melania and Don.
Oh, she was at Rosalind's thing. But nobody was really talking to her.
Yeah, they will go just to do the job and to feel that they are the leaders and so on. So they will
They will do it to
want
be seen.
to be seen and having a bad time listening to everything and spreading the nasty air. Thank you so much. And I want to pray for. Are we praying?
Yeah.
I want to put prayers for Saba, her two daughters, and her mother. They lost the mother lost the husband, and the girls lost the grandfather, and Saba lost her father 2 years ago, December 13. And today is the father's birthday. So Saba asked me to pray for her family. And she was asking us to pray for her friend Violetta, I remember, from Romania, who is living in England. And somehow the girl was born healthy.
Now, Pam Williamsful, prayers for the families of victims of South Korean crash, 2 survivors and both were pilots.
Yeah,
which is amazing.
maybe they jump out on this because I knew
They would
about
see
them.
it coming.
They were already talking about them before that they reached the plane. So the plane was in flames and they jump out. They couldn't do anything.
Jelly.
So we want to send them prayers, everyone who, and then even in Canada we had a plane problem with the plane in Halifax today, 28. And someone asked me about the
GPS systems.
GPS system.
Does that have anything to do with Mellon's satellites?
Who knows? Because yesterday Tracy came in and we couldn't do too much because my
internet was down?
Was down, yeah. And I thought, oh, gosh, what the problem? I'm waiting for her for 6 weeks. She came in and we can do what I want her to do. I was so...
But you got funny done, did you?
Some things, yes, but they were in a hurry, so they couldn't do too much. And so, no, I couldn't do this, what I wanted to do. And
Julie Smith had written in the comments, 3 months ago, our tribe, this community, prayed for me during heart surgery, and I virtually had no pain afterwards. The light of love is real, for God is.
What unreal, because I was suffering for weeks, for months, usually.
I just watched Suzanne Giesman. She channeled Sanaya, and she was on live on Sunday, and I was there as well. And she answers a whole bunch of questions that are really, really good. But she talks about the power of prayer. The power of prayer, one, really heartfelt. It is heard. It's like giving your order to the waiter and trusting that it's taken and handled, that it's good. It's the power of one. But the power of 2 or more praying for the same thing, for change, is really, really magnified, which is why, prayers in church, etc., and prayers on channels like this make a difference. Josie Mary, and we're very, very happy that you came through this okay without pain, Julie. Josie Mary, please pray for me. My husband is MAGA and has turned into a tyrant, and I have nowhere to go. Do you have any advice for Josie Mary as well?
Sorry. I was disturbed. Some message I got disturbed me completely. I'm sorry.
Josie Mary, please pray for me. My husband is MAGA and has turned into a tyrant, and I have nowhere to go.
You can live quiet and not fighting with him, or you can choose. We always have choice.
We always do, yeah.
We always have choice. Once my stepfather was beating up my mom, and I took iron frying pan, and I hit him. He called the police. I was 16. The police came in and they took him.
Instead of you?
Well, because he wanted them to take me.
Mm-hmm.
And he was drunk, so they took him after that, he was never brave enough to start again fight with me. So sometimes we have to stand up completely to, I'm sorry. Yeah, he was beating up my mom and I didn't have any choices, and I was not a good teenager. I thought that I had to do it, what I had to do it. So I'm not saying that you have to use the frying pan, but you have to start standing up for yourself. Otherwise, you will feel always like a victim. I'm sorry. It's not the best
It takes a lot
sample, but that's
be
kind of
brave.
change. That's kind of change all that the shift the energy in our household after that.
Lanny Ann 402, please pray for my sister Anna Marie, who is being treated for stage 4 lung cancer.
All the best to you, Anna Marie. I'm sorry.
Patty Palmer ran out of oxygen while shopping and hospitalized for a few days with CO2 poisoning.
Why?
She's been going through a really tough time lately.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, we do, this community really
Help people to have the
and to be connected to others who care about them.
Yeah.
And for anyone who wrote a comment on Saturday's video.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you have that.
And will be the recipient of a gifted reading with Violetta. Mm-hmm. So she's going to Saturday's comments, and someone will be the lucky recipient. And thank you, Gain, very much for supporting this channel.
Okay, now
For
this
supporting
one.
this channel. Yes, and thank you over and over again for supporting this channel. No mistakes in the universe.
So it was 366 comments that was under that video, and I will be going through. And you will tell me when to stop or not, or go back.
How many were there?
366, because the video was not, I couldn't even find myself the video. Mm-hmm. And right now
I know there was a period of time where it never changed, not even the number, even when I went back
even
in.
now I was not able to. Oops. Okay. I'm going backwards.
Stop.
Okay. Dinah Cinder. Happy New Year to you and your family from a fellow Canadian.
Diane Snyder,
sorry.
a fellow Canadian.
Yeah.
Wonder where this person lives.
So I'm pinning your name, and congratulations, you are the winner
of the gift by Janet and Tom Berg.
Yeah, they bought that gift and they donated to you through us. Thank you so much.
And again, please do contact Violetta at psychicvioletta@outlook.com with your phone number in particular as quickly as possible to set up a reading date. It'll probably be in the new year, of course, which is coming soon.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, well, I've never celebrated New Year's Eve.
Never?
No, never had an interest in it.
Oh my gosh, in Poland, if I didn't go for New Year party, I would feel that this would be the worst year ever. So I was always partying. We were always partying. Now the last couple of years we can't do that because of first the COVID and then.
Yeah, I've never been much of a partier.
No.
Rita Mascoro, prayers for my husband's friend, little 6-month-old baby who is very ill with pneumonia in hospital in Mexico.
I can't find that one.
With very little medical attention. He has very little hope for survival. Oh my goodness. Were you able to pin it?
No, they didn't pin it.
We'll go back in and find it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
So prayers for Rita, for my husband's friend's little 6-month-old baby who is ill with pneumonia in hospital in Mexico with very little medical attention. He has very little hope for survival.
I'm so sorry. We want to give the energy to that little baby that it will be strong enough and open the door for help to come in. Please send the energy to that little child.
So thank you very, very much for joining us, and we'll see you Wednesday.
Wednesday, yes.
New Year's
We will be one
brand new day.
but why it's not put peanut? I don't know.
We'll figure that out.
I pin it and we will find it. Thank you.
So see you soon.
See you
Have a good New Year's Eve if that's what you celebrate.
and take care.
And don't have too much to drink, because then you won't be with us the next morning.
You will have hangover. So you will have to take a soda with the 1 spoon of soda, not soda, baking soda and a little bit vinegar. Mix it and drink it.
My girlfriend's kids, when they used to go out and party too much, the next morning they always went to McDonald's and ate a whole bunch of food with grease, and they said that it made them feel better.
I will puke probably.
Anyways, however you solve it, that's, maybe
That's
don't drink so much.
No, and drink from cucumbers. It's good too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. See you on Wednesday.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. So, stream.